Good evening. I got a little variation of the coffee talk. It's a whiskey talk tonight. So it's a little more rant style. It was brought to my attention this morning how unfair some people think the world is. Yeah. Who told you it was fair? I don't understand why anyone grew up thinking it was fair. So, what this person's getting at, they don't make enough money. Bills are too high. Life's hard. Why would anybody want to be alive right now? I mean, gosh, air conditioning, heated seats, heated steering wheels, toilet paper. Like, you really think it's that hard right now? I just don't understand. Sorry, my dogs are helping. I don't understand why you think it's so hard. Like, here's the thing. If you think life's hard, you need to do harder things. Yeah. Makes life easier. You probably need to sweat a little bit. You probably need to make 40-hour work weeks a thing of the past. Try to double down. 80 hours a week. Look, if you're 20 years old, 25, I don't care if you're 30, and you think it's supposed to be easy, that's the problem. It ain't supposed to be easy. Like, life wouldn't be worth living if it was easy. The problem right now, it's too easy. This is the problem. That's why people are so upset. It's too easy. If you don't believe me, it's because you haven't done hard things. Hard things are what make things worth doing. So they clearly want an easy job, a nice house, nice vehicle. They want all of that. They just don't want to earn it. Like, someone told them this should be easier. They got this like story they heard where, like, in the 70s, you could have a house and 2 cars. Cicadas are getting after it. And you could stay at home mom. You could go on 2 vacations a year, paid for. Who are you talking about? What time frame? And here's the thing. There may have been time frames that happened. That's not guaranteed to everyone. You know, like 1,000 years ago, there's a lot of things that weren't here today. Like, they'd look at you and laugh in your face. I actually called my mom today. And I said, hey, was it easy? And, you stayed at home and this and that. And Dad worked and all these vacations. And she laughed like, what are you talking about? No, we didn't eat out. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't spend extra money. My dad told me a story last time he was here about needing to buy medicine for my brother or something when he was in the military, and he couldn't afford it. They couldn't buy, it was like Tylenol. It wasn't like it was literally an over-the-counter, like, couldn't afford it. And luckily in the Marines, there was some assistance or whatever. I don't know the whole story, but anyways, like, they couldn't afford it. We ate macaroni and cheese with hot dogs in it. Like, and I grew up on it great. Like, I feel so blessed. A lot of people had it worse than me, but it's like, so I asked her, what about grandma? She grew up, stay at home. And she said, well, grandma did stay home, but they didn't live in a nice house. And their vacation was hunting and fishing. Like, it wasn't, you didn't go to the Bahamas. It is all inclusive. Like, this is like, we go out camping. Like, it don't cost that much money. You got a little bit of ammo. So it's like so funny. I'm like, and everyone calls it entitled. And I agree. Like, they just feel like they deserve more. And especially for, like, they use this phrase. It's like, they say something like, I work so hard. I work so hard. You're like, What? What are you talking about? You work so hard. Most of you are working part-time, 23 and a half hours every other week. There's people, they can't show up for a whole work week. My buddy was telling me, I shouldn't tell this story because someone might know her, but like, they had to let someone go. And in like a full year she was there, she did like 5 or 6 full work weeks. Like, didn't call in, like 5 or 6. There's 52 in a year. Didn't know why they let her go. You know what? She's probably thinking, I work so hard. Look, showing up is not working hard. It's just showing up. And then, like, you know, people would work the same job 20, 30, 40 years back in the day, but nobody owed them anything. Like, go back to the Great Depression. They wanted a job. Like, they wanted to work. Like, they worked for 50 cents a day. Like, just need something. And they didn't, most of them back then didn't want a handout. Like, they want to earn it. And there's a lot of people that still want to earn it. But there's a lot of people now that think they deserve it for being alive, I guess. It's about the challenge. Like, if you don't embrace the challenge of life, you are missing out. You don't understand why we're here. I mean, in my opinion, you can have yours. Maybe you think it's about sitting around eating chocolate covered strawberries in some resort. That's like, how long you think that's fun? I mean, a weekend, most of us ready to get home, accomplish stuff. I mean, that ain't a life. Like, I actually kind of feel bad for these people too, because I think in a lot of ways they were sold this idea. I think a lot of us are sold this idea. When I did network marketing, I was sold the idea, do this and it gets easy. And then you can make passive income, $90,000 a month, and sit at home and go on vacation. It's like, they try to sell you that, like that's what you should want. For how long? Like, free money sounds great, but there comes a point when it lacks purpose. Like right now, for most of us, money has purpose. Like, we don't have enough, or, you know, we want a nicer car. Like, for me, a lot of my motivation is I want to give my wife what my wife wants. She wants the house and the, you know, the things, and she's not, like, she doesn't want some crazy excessive nice thing. We're in a double wide. She wants a house. That's pretty reasonable in my opinion. Whereas a man's like, they'll stay in a shed with a cot and air conditioner. Like, they care more about maybe a TV or somewhere to shoot a gun, or they just different things, you know. So most of my goals are based on, you know, serving her and obviously starting a family. But it's like, I get so much good feeling out of hard work. Like, earn it. I just thought, I don't get it. I'm going to go back to the original, this group of people that are jumping in together on this Facebook post. Like, oh my God, I know I can't make it to ends meet, and I got this and that, and it's so hard I can't afford. You go to their Facebook page, they got like a horse or two. They got dogs. They got a car that's like within the last, you know, 10 years old or something. They got all these things. They got this $1,000 cell phone. They got a pretty nice place to live because, you know, they care what other people think. So, like, it better be pretty nice. I don't care what you guys think of this. Would I like it nicer? Yes, but I would. It's not like I didn't live here because I was like, what are people going to think when I live in a double wide? Guess what? Who cares? Like, you know what I call this? I call this a rite of passage for horse trainers. Single wide, double wide, like this part of the game right here. How will you appreciate your house if you haven't lived in something not as nice, you know? But you go to their Facebook, you know, they go to Starbucks, and if you were to criticize them, like, look at all the crap you buy. It means nothing. And they'd say, well, I got to treat myself sometimes, and I got this, Look, you're just seeking attention. You're just crying. Look, set some goals, accomplish them. And like, for me, I've enjoyed a lot of these stages. Like I worked for a horse trainer, lived in a trailer, had power, the fridge ran. You could do heat and cool. And the heater was like, I bought a little space heater, but I do think the AC worked. And I marched my happy ass, gosh, it must have been over 100 yards to the bathroom. If I had to shower or do number 2, 100 yards away or more. And then we moved, and then it was like 100 feet away. But it was the same setup, and it's like, nobody owes you nothing. And I look back on that time, and it's like, that was good. Like, it was plenty. Like, if you can eat, you got a place to stay inside, and you got some goals, like, that's all you need. There's so many jobs out there that will give you a place to live. Some will feed you. Just don't collect a bunch of bills. Like, I don't ride that many horses a day. A lot of horse trainers ride 12, 15, some 20, 25 a day. I ride about 9 or 10, and I own 3 or 4. I ride about 6, 7, 8 client horses a day. That's it. In the summer, it's mostly been 6 working half days. Why? I don't have a bunch of bills. I don't have a brand new truck over there. I didn't set myself up where I got to make $3,500 before I even get to the black. You know, it's like, I don't know. Oh, same thing too with that college deal. Like, people think it should be free because they're alive. Think about this. You have knowledge and other people want it. Should you have it for free because you want it? Or I mean, should they? Should they have it for free because you have it and they want it? No. They have to pay you. It's value. College is value. When I give it to you for free, guess what? It has no value. People think things that cost money have value, and the things that don't have value. So these people are pissing and moaning. They don't have a nice car. They don't get paid $80 an hour. They don't thank God for their legs that work, their arms that work, their brain, the ability to read, their air conditioning. What if everything you're doing, you're breaking even, but you got clothes, a house, and food, and you're breaking even? It's life. Just live it where you're at. Keep learning. When you're worth more, you'll make more. You can't demand more money. All that does is make the price of milk go to $12 a gallon. That doesn't help you. Well, we should get paid more. Now you're making $30 an hour, and milk's $5 a gallon. A loaf of bread's $4 $4 a loaf. It's like, when you demand more money and they give it to you, you just pay it on the other side. And normally it's worse. Like, before you make enough more, they're already raising stuff more. That's what we're going through now. You can demand more. Become worth more. Do that. I better quit. I gotta finish this, and I don't like to sip in front of you guys. That's rude. I don't know what to say. We didn't solve nothing here. That's why it's a rant. It's ridiculous. We live in a beautiful place. Be grateful. If you're upset about what you don't got, you start thanking God for what you do got, and then you'll have more. Last thought, this idea, I'll work harder when they pay me better. That's like telling the fireplace, I'll put wood in when you give me heat. Don't work. Telling your garden, I'll plant you when you give me vegetables. It don't work. You got to plant the garden and water it when there's nothing there. You got to put the wood in, do the work before you can start the fire. The work comes first. The reward comes later. That's enough. I'll see you guys next time.